Hello. So, as some of you know, recently, my wife and I decided to move. Not far, but it was pretty sudden. And we're still, this is the office, we're still unpacking and getting stuff set up. But I'll be honest with you, I don't do well with change. And this whole process was very uncomfortable for me. I like when I've got things set up in the way that I like them and structured, that it's easier for me to just keep them that way, right? And sometimes that's good. Like once you find a system that works for you and produces the results that you want, it's good. But the issue that I run into is that I because I don't want to be uncomfortable, I stay where I'm at when I really shouldn't, when there's something better for me or a better way of doing things that's more effective or easier. And I have been blessed with a wonderful wife, and she loves change. She loves moving. She loves doing all sorts of things differently. She likes finding better solutions. And I do too, but she is definitely a big catalyst for change in my life. And it's all good. I give her a lot of trouble in the moment because, like I said, it's uncomfortable for me. And it's difficult for me. A lot of the times I don't want to change. And a lot of the times I'm not ready for the change. Sometimes I just need to process a little bit. So she'll come to me with an idea and I will be like this move, right? I was terribly uncomfortable for weeks after she brought me this idea. And we've talked about moving before. And it was just as uncomfortable then as it was this time. But here's the thing. If we just stay in our comfort zones, then on the positive side, nothing will change, right? So if we like it, it's good, right? But on the negative side, nothing will change. And that means we could be missing out on a world of opportunities. And we'll just use this move as a good example here. This was a great opportunity for my wife and I, and so many good things have already come from this move, and I'm excited to see what continues to happen. But that would have never happened if I didn't step out of my comfort zone. And so one of the things that I do that helps me determine when I should step out of my comfort zone is really having a good idea of what my goals are and making sure that everything is aligned to that. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. Somebody rang the doorbell. My dog. But the idea is that, like, when I looked at this move and I penciled out the numbers and I looked at the opportunities and the possibilities and what could come from it, it all aligned with my goals and my objectives and what I was trying to accomplish. And so even though it was incredibly uncomfortable and very difficult for me to get to the point of being okay with the move, like emotionally I wasn't there, but mentally I knew that this was good. This was a good thing. It's going to help me. So in the past, I look at applying for jobs, talking to people. Like, being uncomfortable is okay. And as long as it is in line with what your ultimate goal is and your objectives, then it's worthwhile being uncomfortable. And there's been times where I haven't moved. I said, hey, this doesn't, well, okay, perfect example, right? I told you, we talked about moving multiple times before. It didn't make sense. We didn't have a good place. Just the timing wasn't right. It didn't make sense. I was just as uncomfortable this time that we actually moved as I was those other times we had those conversations, but it just didn't make sense at the time, right? So we want to stay in our comfort zone. That's just, it's easy, it's nice, it's comfortable. But here's the thing, right outside of that comfort zone is what they call the growth zone. And it's full of growing and opportunities, chances to do things that you never thought you'd be able to do. Talk to the people that you don't think you can talk to, right? Move to the places you didn't think you could move. Do the things that you never thought you could do. Start a business, and even if it fails, I've had plenty of businesses that have failed, but they're all learning experiences. So in my uncomfortableness with this move and the changes that are happening in my life, I just want to remind you guys and remind myself that it's not all bad. That when we think about it and make sure that things line up and our goals, it makes sense to fulfill our goals and take that action, sometimes you just gotta take the leap of faith and go for it. And I'll let you know, I was really uncomfortable, but it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be stressed. It's okay to feel pressured. I mean, that's life. So don't let that scare you from taking the chance and trying the things that you want to try. We got to be uncomfortable if we want to grow.